So we've done everything. I've even delivered cheese to 5-star hotels. I've been in the truck and unloaded the cheese. I've worked stalls. I've done all of that.
You all started this 25-ish years ago, the company. Did you ever think it would be this big?
I was asked this question recently. In some ways, I'm disappointed with the idea. Because having come back, I was young, I was 23, you're full of energy, you're full of enthusiasm, you're having ideas, dime a dozen, and no money to match those ideas. So the whole thing has been growing from almost nothing. And mind you, my father was 64 when he started. And so my daughter was telling me the other day that I'm just 50 and 51 now. And, your father was 65 or something when he started. So you're 15 years younger than him or 14 years younger than him.
Of course, he's an exceptional man.
Yes. But the fact is that I never planned the first 25 years.
Sure.
I'm trying to plan the next 25 years. So did I expect the company to be as widespread as this? Yes, certainly. Because we had acquisition after acquisition. It was in our DNA. We came with that kind of enthusiasm. I mentioned that we're now in finance. That was an acquisition. The finance company acquired another finance company. Then we're in a whole host of other financial services. That was an acquisition. We are also in property. That was an acquisition. So that growth through acquisition is in our DNA. And that has been the philosophy that the group has adopted.
Where do you go from here?
So what we try to do is, what I try to do, because a lot of the strategy is devised or developed by me. So some of these things I put down when I was in England, when I was still a late teenager, early 20s. I put down sectors that I would ideally like to be in. I wanted to be in food because people will always eat. I wanted to be in money because people will always need money. I wanted to be in housing because people will always need housing. I wanted to be in transportation because people will always need transport. So at various times I toyed with starting taxi companies and such things, and now you have the alternatives coming online.
Sure.
Food we were in cheese and ice cream and all manner of dairy products under Kotmale, but a variety of reasons we exited. But the food sector is one that I would still like to be in.
Sure.
Food taste might change, but technology doesn't change much. And then there's money, we're in everything other than banking we're in. So we're in insurance, we're in savings, we're in unit trusts, we're in all manner of financial products, and we're in property.
Sure.
Property, we're mostly in gated communities, and maybe the next thing will be vertical living, because that's the way the world is going. But people will always need a roof over their head.
Does it excite you, the business part of it excite you the way it used to excite you?
Even more. Because today we have the resources. We have the resources in terms of financial resources. We have the access to resources in terms of human resources. It's completely different when you start with nothing in your pocket and you're struggling to find someone to do anything. That is when you have to do it yourself. Today you can actually look in a broader way and think bigger, as it were, because you can conceptualize something and then there are people who could roll it out for you.
Sure.
So we've done everything. I've even delivered cheese to 5-star hotels. I've been in the truck and unloaded the cheese. I've worked stalls. I've done all of that. When I say stalls, I mean when you have a sale and you're cutting slices of cheese and giving free samples and stuff. We've been there, done that.
Is there anything that you haven't gone into yet that you'd like to go into?
I'll be giving out business secrets. No, certainly there is, as I said, food is an area we'd like to be in. And so we're looking at, even at this moment, we're looking at expansion through acquisition. So there are areas related to what we call in marketing terms FMCG,
sure,
or the food and beverage sector in particular. FMCG is fast moving consumer goods, but that could involve other electronics and such things. Electronics is not a sector we're excited about. There is the food and beverage sector that we would like to be in. There are other sectors which we are considering but still evaluating. So this year is going to be a year of excitement.
Recently, a couple of years ago, you became an Anglican priest.
Yes.
Which maybe no one's ever told you this because might be kind of rude to say it, but like from outside, you have businessman, successful businessman, and then you have Anglican priest, and both those things work together separately. But when it's one person doing both, from the outside it just seems a bit weird.